Welcome back to our channel. As we explore an intriguing topic, the challenge posed by BRIC nations to the dominance of the US dollar as the world's reserve currency.
BRICS group, and they were set up more than 10 years ago now as a bloc to try to challenge some of the power and control they perceived the United States and European countries to have over the world, including over the financial systems.
The US dollar has long held the position of the world's reserve currency, providing unparalleled influence and advantages to the United States. However, economically aligned coalition of 5 nations, commonly referred to as BRICS, has been steadily challenging this status quo, raising questions about the future of global financial power. With a combined contribution of 25% to global GDP and 18% to world trade, the de-dollarization efforts within BRICS would not only affect financial relations among its member countries but would also cause ripple effect globally. A collective of 24 nations is currently seeking to form a strategic alliance aimed at questioning the long-standing position of the US dollar as the world's reserve currency. The group of newcomers includes Saudi Arabia and Iran.
Mohammed bin Salman expressed the kingdom's interest in joining BRICS. Saudi Arabia, home to 17% of the world's proven oil reserves, maintained close security and economic ties with the US for decades. But since the election of Joe Biden, Riyadh has seen its relations with Washington worsen sharply.
If Saudi Arabia were to join BRICS, it could potentially compel the European Union to abandon the US dollar and conduct oil and gas trade using the new currency. Consequently, the participation or acceptance of the BRICS currency by Saudi Arabia has the potential to shift global power dynamics from the west to the east.
At the heart of the problems we face is economic concentration that leaves too many nations at the mercy of too few.
These nations have numerous motivations behind their desire to establish a new currency. Factors such as recent global financial difficulties and assertive foreign policies by the United States have prompted the BRICS countries to consider this possibility. Their objective is to safeguard their own economic interests and diminish the worldwide reliance on the US dollar. According to Russian official, the proposed new fiat currency is expected to be supported by a range of assets, including valuable resources like gold. Following World War II, the US dollar has held the position of the global reserve currency. However, in recent decades, there has been a gradual decline in the influence of the dollar. In 1999, 70% of the world's reserves were held in US dollars, which is down to 59%, as more countries are choosing to hold alternative currencies. Nevertheless, the US dollar remains the currency of choice for more than 80% of global trade, with a significant portion of central bank reserves and global debt being denominated in dollars.
The dollar is incredibly liquid, meaning it's easy to buy and sell things all over the world. The US banking system is very efficient, and those things combine to make it cheaper for businesses to buy and sell in dollars.
On the other hand, China's strict foreign exchange controls and limited liquidity in its bond market impose restrictions on the amount of yuan that foreign central banks can hold.
The last couple of weeks, they have introduced new laws that are restricting the capital outflow, especially for real estate and other investment types.
Despite China's status as the world's second-largest economy and largest exporter, the yuan constitutes only 3% of global reserves and accounts for a mere 2% of global trade. Should BRICS introduce its new currency tomorrow, it would still require a considerable amount of time before it can truly rival the dominance of the dollar. The primary defining feature of a reserve currency is its ability to be seamlessly exchanged for other currencies, while possessing the necessary liquidity and depth to facilitate smooth international transactions. Second criteria that a reserve currency must satisfy is to have a stable value. Most BRICS nations, with the exception of China, don't have large liquid bond markets needed to prop up their currencies. And lastly, a reserve currency has to be widely accepted and trusted. None of the BRICS currencies meet this. It's safe to say that so long as the Chinese Communist Party is in power in China and Putin in Russia, both the yuan and ruble will continue to be considered anything but safe. Although BRICS' efforts to de-dollarize their economies are worth paying attention to, but it's not something that could happen overnight. So if you're worried about China and Russia's efforts to dethrone the dollar, it is not happening in our lifetime.